Welcome to Manor Career Box YouTube channel. This is a free career guidance channel for freshers and experienced professionals. Siemens NX. Interview questions and answers. Series number 1. 1. What do you mean by gateway application in NX? NX functions are divided into applications of common capabilities, such as modeling, NX sheet metal, Shape Studio, drafting, manufacturing, assemblers, etc. When you open NX, you are in the gateway application because this application is a prerequisite to all other application. 2. What is master model concept? The same model is used from conceptual design to the drafting, assembly, analysis and manufacturing. The idea of a virtual assembly, taken to its logical conclusion, leads to master model concept. If you change anything in master model, it will reflect in all other applications. 3. What do you mean by Team Center? It is a PLM, product life cycle management, software which helps the organization effectively control the design, development, analysis, manufacturing throughout the product life cycle. 4. How to convert a file created in millimeter to inches and inches to millimeter. Conversion of units in NX. File created in millimeter can be converted to inches by using NX command prompt. Example, NX_convert_part space in space 2005.prt. File created in inches can be converted to millimeter by using NX command prompt NX_convert_part the space millimeter space 2006.prt. Note: save your file where command prompt showing location. Example, d:/project name. 5. What is meant by UDF? User-defined feature is used to create the objects of different sizes in a single file. We can create our own form features that automate commonly used design elements. You can create and add the user-defined features UDFs to target solids. You can define the shape and function of features and create hierarchical libraries of features that are tailored to our need. 6. What is promote body? When you have an assembly that is work part, this option lets you promote a body from a loaded assembly component to the level of the assembly. The promote body remains associative to the original body, which is referred to as the base body. Once you have promote a body, you can perform operations on it, such as adding features, performing Boolean operations between it and other bodies, and so on. The effects of these operations are only visible at the level of the assembly work part in which the promote was created, and in any other assembly that references that part. 7. What is wave link geometry? This option creates an associate copy of composite curve, sketch, datum, point, face, body, mirror body of part file in assembly file. Once you have a wave linked buoy, you can perform operations on it. Example, in machining model you can add wave link of casting model and perform the machining operations. 8. What is extract body? This option creates an associate copy of an entire body in part file. Features can then be added to extract body feature without appearing on the original body. You can also decide whether you want the extract body feature to update when the original body is changed. 9. What are part families? This option lets you create a family of parts by creating a template part. You can use the NX spreadsheet via the Create button on the part Families dialog to create a table describing the various part family members. 10. What do you mean by expressions? Expressions are mathematical or conditional equations used to control the parameters of a model. With expressions, you can easily apply major edits to a model. By changing the expressions that control a specific parameter, you can resize or reposition features of a solid model. 3 types of expressions are arithmetic expressions, conditional expressions, geometric expressions. 11. What is synchronous modeling? Synchronous modeling techniques represents extended capabilities for some of the more basic NX functions. Among these are face-oriented operations, constraint-based methods, blend regeneration, and independence of feature history. You can use modeling functions on models that have been imported from other CAD systems and are parametric also. 12. What is the limit for undo? Undo can be used for 222 times or until up to last time saved. 13. How many colors are there in NX? There are 216 colors in NX. 15. What are grips? What are their uses? Grip programs can be executed as button action by specifying grip executable file names. The uses of grip are simplify repetitive operations, standardized results, interactive commands. 16. What do you mean by weight management? The weight management option allows us to calculate and control the weight and other mass properties of parts, components and assemblies, based on the solid bodies they contain. 17. What do you mean by knowledge fusion? The NX Knowledge Fusion application provides a graphical user interface that allows us apply engineering knowledge-driven rules and design intent to geometric models and assemblies in NX. 18. What are the different types of modeling? There are 4 types of modeling: solid modeling, feature-based modeling, freeform modeling, sheet metal feature modeling. 19. What is parasolid? Parasolid is form of translator, which is used to open the higher version NX part files in lower version of NX. For example, we can open the NX 12 version part files in NX 10. 20. How can we create a flat spiral coil? We can create a flat spiral coil by first creating an inclined helix curve and then projecting it to the bottom plane. Then we need to use the sweep along guide command. 21. What is datum plane? Why it is used? Datum plane is reference feature that can be used as construction tool in building the model. 22. What is datum axis? Datum axis, which is a reference object you can use to create other objects, such as datum planes, revolved features, and extruded bodies. Datum axis can be either relative or fixed. 23. What is constraint? Constraints limit structural movement and represent mounts and supports. Constraints can be applied to faces or edges, restricting the degree of freedom. 24. How many types of constraints are there? There are 2 types of constraints. 1. Geometrical constraints. 2. Dimension constraints. 25. What is sketching plane? To create a sketch, you must associate the sketch feature to a planar object. We can select a face or datum plane. This plane is known as sketching plane. 26. What is the expansion of IGES, STEP, DXF? IGES Initial Graphic Exchanges Specifications. STEP Standard for the exchange of product model data. DXF Data Exchange Format. 27. What is coordinate system? How many types of coordinate systems are there in NX? Coordinate system is a reference element. It uses X, Y and Z coordinates while creating model. Following are the 3 types of coordinate systems: work coordinate system, absolute coordinate system, existing coordinate system. 28. What is the difference between rotational WCS and dynamic WCS? In rotational WCS, we can give the angle by which the WCS need to rotate by typing it in the space provided, while in dynamic WCS we can dynamically rotate the WCS and give the angle. 29. What is the difference between sketch curves and basic curves? Sketch curves are parametric and can constrain, but basic curves are non-parametric and cannot constrain them. 30. How many types of geometrical constraints are there in NX? There are 22 types of geometrical constraints in NX. 31. How many layers are there in NX? There are 256 layers in NX. 32. In which command do you find strings, apex string, and spline string. We find these options in section command of free-form feature. 33. Where do you find bounded plane command? We find the bounded plane command in insert surface bounded plane. 34. What is meant by master model concept? The idea of virtual assembly taken to its logical conclusion leads to master model paradigm. In this concept, a master model of the component is designed and the same is referred by those in assembly, drafting, analysis and manufacturing department of the particular company. 35. What is the displayed part and work part? Where does it come? Displayed parts are the parts which can only be displayed but not editable, while we can both display and edit a work part. Both displayed part and work part comes under assembly. 36. What is reattach? In reattach, you can reattach an already created sketch to a different planar face or datum plane. 37. What is string mode? String mode is an option which is available while creating lines and arc using basic curves. When the string mode is selected, we can draw continuous lines or arc. If the string mode is not selected, we can create only one line or arc at a time. 38. What is reference set? Reference set controls the amount of data that is loaded from each component and viewed in context of an assembly. Data like datum, planes, axis, solid body, sheet body, sketches, curves, etc. 39. What is top-down assembly? In top-down assembly, we create the different parts in the same assembly file and assemble it there itself. 40. What is bottom-up assembly? In bottom-up assembly, we create the different parts of an assembly in separate file and then get them and assemble in one file. 41. How many mating constraints are there in assembly? There are 8 mating constraints in assembly. Mate, align, angle, parallel, perpendicular, center, distance and tangent. 42. How many ways to find the sketch is fully constrained in NX? There are 3 ways to find the sketch is fully constrained. 1. In sketch environment, status bar. 2. In part navigation. 3. Checkmate. 43. What do you mean by NURBS? NURBS is non-uniform rational Bezier splines. 44. What is B-surface? B-surface is Bezier surface. 45. What is the use of expand command? Expand command is used in drafting. In the drafting application, you can use expand to create and edit objects in specific view. 46. What are section strings? Section strings are defined as the curves which represent the section of the profile in sweep along guide or swept command. 47. What is single segment in tube? By using single segment option in tube, we get a single smooth solid along the guide curve. 48. What is law curve? The law curve option lets you create a spline using the law subfunction. A law spline is defined by a set of X, Y, and Z components. You must specify a law for each of these 3 components. 49. What is the default tolerance for angle and distance in NX? Angle 0.5. Distance 0.0254. 50. What is the minimum bend radius for a sheet metal? The minimum bend radius is part thickness. 51. What are primitives? Primitive features are the basic analytic shapes. They are non-associative, meaning they are not associated to geometry used to create them. 52. How many primitives are there in NX? There are 4 primitives. They are block, cylinder, cone and sphere. 53. In ruled features, how many section strings are necessary? In ruled feature, 2 section strings are necessary. 54. Where will we use primary strings and cross strings? We will use primary strings and cross strings in through curve mesh. Option for creating a free-form feature. 55. How many numbers of characters can be used for part file name? We can use 37 characters for a part file name. 56. What is the difference between face blend and soft blend? A face blend can be created between the faces of solid and/or sheet bodies. The faces can be non-adjacent and/or part of a different sheet body. Soft blends let you create blends whose cross-sectional shape is not circular. 57. What is the difference between datum plane and fixed datum plane? A datum plane is a reference plane that serves as aid when existing planes are not available. The datum plane can be edited later. The fixed datum plane are datum planes which cannot be edited later. 58. How can we identify the manually edited dimensions in drafting? We can identify by going to Information, Others, Object Specific, Dimension with manual text. 59. How many types of views can we create in a drafting? We can create 11 types of views in drafting. 60. What is the maximum number of guide curves used in swept operation? The maximum number of guide curves used in swept operations is 3. Thank you. Please subscribe to our channel for more videos.